previously on Comics and Stuff.
I do think that for $5, it makes it a great accessory for this mythic. I am highly disappointed with the accessories in this figure. I mean, accessories are cool, you know? But at the price point, it didn't have quite enough accessories to warrant. Something to be said about good 1/12 scale accessories, guys, is that you can never have enough of them.
You're goddamn right.
What's up, guys? My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and for this episode, we are delving into a subject that could at times make or break certain figures, and that subject is accessories. Now, we're living in frugal times, and I'm a frugal man. As such, I often go to Dollar Tree and Five Below to see what accessories I could get for my figures that are at a bargain. And during this time, guys, I've got to say I acquired quite a few stuff. In fact, some of this stuff doesn't even classify as accessories. So for the sake of this video, I am gonna break it into 3 categories. 1 being accessories, this is something that a figure could hold or wear. 2 being dioramas, which is something that goes in the background and just adds to the atmosphere. And the 3rd and final category will be vehicles. And I think this is pretty self-explanatory. This is something a figure could just get on and ride away. With that being said, I will start things off with the expensive stuff over at Five Below, starting things out with this Teeny Tinies mini barbecue set. Now, Teeny Tinies got a couple of these sets already out. I mean, I do have this sushi shop as well as a bakery set. I will go through those in future shorts. But for the sake of this episode, we are only going over this barbecue set. And guys, I gotta say that for $5, it's pretty well detailed and pretty nicely painted. First things first, I'm just gonna go through them real quick. We got a couple of kebabs here. As you guys could see, Lady J is holding them. And like I said, got nice sculpt, got nice paint, pretty well detailed for $5. And next up, let's just go through this plate with a steak on it. Convincing enough. And you see Spirit here holding that grill fork, so in case you want to poke things around. Now let's go over here to what the Bat is holding. He's holding a hot dog with no mustard. And Cobra Commander there loves his mustard. And if you guys are wondering if you could change it, yes you could. There's one without mustard, and there is one with mustard. Slide it right in there, and boom. He is also holding a pair of tongs that, yeah, no paint, just basic gray plastic and sculpt. Now that we went through most of this stuff, let's go through the grill. All right, let's go through the stuff first on the grill, which is a ketchup packet, a ketchup bottle and a mustard bottle. No labels or anything, the slightest of paint on the ketchup. And there is also a propane tank. Again, basic plastic, no paint or anything like that, but it does the job of convincing you it's a propane tank. Now, the final things that we're gonna go through, at least food-wise, is this cheeseburger, pepperoni cheeseburger. Nicely painted, nicely detailed, got a couple of buns right there in order for you to put it. I do think it's a slight bit oversized. I mean, that's a really big hamburger, so yeah. There is also a couple of grills, and we also do have, hold on a second, we also got this knife right here, some slight paint to it and everything. But let's go over this barbecue itself. Doors do open, as you guys could see, to put the propane tank. This closes right there. My only little gripe is that I do think it's a tad short. Like, they should have put it with some wheels or something to give it a little extra height. But guys, to tell you the truth, you could just put something underneath it and give the appropriate height needed. I think Five Below already starting off hot, but we do have to see what they have in dioramas. And now here's the Five Below diorama category, and I think this is its weakest. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's a constant change of stock, so I got no doubt that as time goes along, I'll get cooler stuff. But for the meantime, the stuff that I do got, I'm not too happy with. I mean, there is this teeny tiny refrigerator set that I think is pretty cool. Now, it comes in two colors. One is the gray with the blue handles, and the other one is blue with gray handles. Now, the handles themselves could be interswapped, so you could have an all gray refrigerator or an all blue one. And as you guys can see, it does have accessories in it. Let's just get a little closer look to those accessories. Now, it is teeny tiny, just like the barbecue set. But don't be expecting the same kind of quality that you got with the barbecue set. I mean, a lot of these don't even look good. Like this ketchup does not look like ketchup. It's just white with a sticker. And some of them are a bit oversized, like this can of soda. I mean, that's not 1/12 scale at all. Check out the hand. Yeah, that's not 1/12 scale, guys. And these eggs are way oversized, as well as these grapes. Other things are sized well, like the lettuce, the waffles. And like I said, it's basic plastic with stickers, but some of them are boxes. Like the waffles right there. And the eggs. There's also some bacon, some greens, some salad, cheese, and you guys see that, right? Yeah, the quality is not quite good, but it does the job for what it is. I'm not gonna go through every accessory, as you guys could see. I will show it through. There is a shelf, working doors, and all of that. And again, made by Teeny Tinies. The refrigerator itself is of good size, so I'm not complaining about that. Now, before getting into this little arcade, like I said, some of this stuff you gotta mod, so that's why I don't think this is its weakest category. And the arcade itself, you could buy the Fortnite arcade set for like $6 or something in Amazon. So you might as well get this, but like we all know, if you go to an arcade room, not all the arcades look the same. So I got this to differentiate it and make it look a little bit, make it stand out a little more. Now, I did have to build a stand for it. And the company is just called Retro Arcade. It does use AAA batteries, 2 of them, that you would have to put on. So it does have 100 games and music playing. As you guys can see, I played most of it is just Tetris, guys. So don't be excited for thinking you're gonna get Super Mario or something. No, you're not. It's just some kind of variation of Tetris. Now this joystick though is a bit oversized, but thankfully you could take that out. Probably saw that, put a bead on top and just make it be a little bit more 1/12 scale. I think the width is good. I think the length is good. But like I said, the height isn't good. So you would have to make a stand for it. And I'm planning to paint that black and all of that and everything like that. As you guys can see, there's work to be done with the stuff that we do have for dioramas in Five Below. So it is its weakest category. Maybe vehicles will do a lot better. And here are the vehicles that I've so far acquired from Five Below. And guys, I won't lie, I think they're both awesome. To the right is the $5 Brayer horse. And to the left, we got the RC speeder bike from the Star Wars Mandalorian show. It does come with a Mandalorian already attached, so you will have to take him off and all that. You know, use some acetone to loosen up that glue. But I wanted to say that I bought several of them because I'm planning to G.I. Joeify this a bit. So I will get rid of that Grogu in the back. But not to worry, I did buy a miniature Grogu right here from Five Below as well. I mean, they got several Star Wars figures as well as G.I. Joe. Of course, it's not 1/12 scale, but since Grogu right here is like a child baby, you know, I think it suits 1/12 scale just fine. Anyway, let's head into the Brayer horse first. I won't go into much detail with it, guys, because I have done shorts on it. So if you guys want more details, go see that. But I will point that I got 2 poses. There is 3 or 4 from what I saw, but I bought these 2. One is a bit shorter and this one stands a bit tall, making it a bit more fudgeable for 1/12 scale figures. And of course, if you put on a saddle, even more fudgeable. I made this saddle myself. Anyway, what I really wanted to get into was this RC speeder bike, because I do think for $5, I mean, it fits Joe's pretty well. As you guys could see, his back is pretty much on the seat right there. His feet are where the pedals are at, and he reaches the handlebars just fine. Like I said, I will make it more G.I. Joe-ish, but there is some slight paint, some cool sculpt, and the coolest thing is that it is an RC. There is a light switch right here that got pretty good lights for $5. I will say, guys, that you will need to buy some AAA batteries, 4 in total, 2 for the remote and 2 for the RC speeder bike itself. And the remote only has 2 directions. That's pretty much straight. Let's do that again. Got some nice noise. And back with an angle. Push it off the edge. Now back with an angle adds a whole different layer to it, because given the space, you could do U-turns, but I don't got the space, guys. Anyway, I do think, like I said, that both of these items are a bargain for the price. So now that we went through all of Five Below stuff, let's see what Dollar Tree has to offer. And starting things off for the Dollar Tree accessories will be the stuff that I got for my female action figures. Over here we got Lana and MJ sporting backpacks that are Barbie, but because they're meant for her sister Chelsea, they're not exactly Barbie sized. You can see that Figma and Marvel Legend female figures fit in it just fine. If you're wondering if a male figure does fit in it, the only one that I found was Miles Morales, and that's because of his slender frame. Now the backpacks come in 3 different colors with 3 different accessories for each one of them. There's the back to school backpack that brings the notebook, juicy box, and a flag. There's the on the go backpack that brings a camera, neck pillow, and a toothbrush. And the one that Lana got is the bedtime backpack. It brings a teddy bear, brush, and some perfume. And the backpack in question, by the way, guys, because Lana already had a school theme going, I thought this was actually perfect. I mean, the aqua / turquoise kind of matches her hair, and the purple right there on the backpack matches her bow. I think it's actually a great accessory for her. Now, if you want to get a closer look, it got some sculpt, the slightest of paint. The good thing is that the plastic is malleable and could open, so you could easily put the accessories that it brings right in there. I like these backpacks a lot, and if you guys don't mind doing a little paint job, or you can leave it as is, I think it looks just great. Now the outfit that Lana is wearing is from a line called Friends Forever, and they all come with their own outfit, but the one that I found fits Lana the best here is this Iha outfit. The others fit kind of funny, this one fits okay, and this one fits alright, but the Iha outfit is the best one. And look at it, guys, it's like it's also meant for her. Kind of the same color with her hair. And yeah, I think that fits just fine. And with the backpack and this outfit, I think it makes it look like a whole different figure. It does have tabs in the back, and the tabs can close even tighter, except for the blouse. The blouse is a little bit of a problem. You could get the first tab in, but that's not bad looking at all. But anyway, now that we went through everything for our female figures, let's see what the guys got. And for the guy figures, what we have comes from a line called Final Faction. Now, some of you may already be aware of this line. It's basically Dollar Tree's version of G.I. Joe. You got your soldiers, you got your aliens, and you got accessories for both sides. And although it's not quite 1/12 scale, some of the stuff can be fudged. As you guys could see, Spirit right here is wearing a mech suit, and Better Ray Bill right there has a nice replacement hammer. It does have good sculpt, so you could actually use parts, like I'm planning to use this for the Mandalorian RC Racer, G.I. Joe-ify a bit more. And like I said, guys, the sculpt is not bad for $1. Everything on Spirit right here seems to be made for him, like everything pegs almost everything. This part, I just put it right over in order to give him a more robot feel. And that pegs in the back. These actually kind of clip onto his forearm, and he's able to hold the handles. Let's put it a little bit better right there. The only problem that I do have is the legs in this suit. Because yeah, they're easy to come off. It doesn't exactly stay on there. But once you got him on the floor and everything like that, it's able to hold the figure's weight. Now Better Ray Bill's hammer right here. Come on, that looks pretty 1/12 scale, and like I said earlier, it got good sculpt. A nice little project to paint over and everything like that. The only problem is that it's super malleable. Super malleable. So you could be aware of that. Anyway, now that we went through the final faction stuff, let's hit into other accessories. And here we got the blind bag selections for the Dollar Tree accessories. Sabretooth is making Deadpool a nice little breakfast, but Deadpool prefers his tacos. Now the tacos and every other food item on this table is from a company called Totally Tiny, and it's their Series 1 pack. And Series 1 got 3 different kind of packs. And it's not hard to discern which one it is, guys. I mean, there's one with a taco and churro, a couple of sweets, and some fried eggs and toast. And like I said, guys, it's not hard to discern which is which. Just feel the bag around and all of that. Now, when it comes to the items themselves, I dig them a lot. Nice texture. That looks like an actual corn tortilla right there. Nice paint. Paint is well applied and all of that. If you guys want to see the other stuff, here we go. There's the churros, like I said. Painted nicely, sculpted nicely. Doesn't miss the paint by much, like at all. The only downside is that it is a bit gummy. But I actually think that's a pro rather than a con, because it fits into the hands a bit snugger, easier. Let me show you these eggs. And I also got the sweets over here by the side, if you guys want to take a look at that. Some macaroons and a cookie. Doesn't look too bad at all. Now the stuff that Sabretooth got is from a company called Wishkins. Now I only managed to get these accessories from these pack, but there's supposedly more. This is exactly the same one, guys. I felt it around. It's basically the same thing. And what we do have in this pack is a spatula. There is no paint or anything, but there is a little hole in order for you guys to hook it up on something. And a frying pan. Again, no paint or anything like that, but a little hole for you guys to hook it up to something. But it also brought this chef hat. Now the chef hat is a little different because there is some modding needed. But it's easy. It's an easy mod that you could do in less than a minute. You basically pop it open and saw the little peg that's in there. And it could fully be popped open, guys. The only downside is that it fits bigger figures' heads a lot more convincing than smaller figures. Anyway, now let's head into the final set of accessories that we have. And the final accessory that I wanted to show off from Dollar Tree are these finger skateboards that I got Ben Reilly and Black Symbiote Spider-Man doing tricks off the ramp and all of that. Now the skateboards do come in different styles and they bring 4 different ramps. It's from a company called Turbo Wheels. And those are the ramps pictured right there, guys. I already got this one up on the diorama. This one's already in the package. And they also have one with stairs and one with a slight less curve. Now 1/12 scale skateboards should be a staple in every collector's accessory bin. I mean, especially if you collect Ninja Turtles, you know? And these are cool in itself. But there's another rarer one that I think is pretty dang cool. Also could be found in Dollar Tree, by the way. And it's from a company called Skate. Now, instead of the ramp, it brings 2 skateboards. And it also brings an extra set of wheels. But what's cool is that it brings this nice, handy, dandy screwdriver. 1/12 scale as well. Now, accessories, Dollar Tree seems to have a lot. And they're pretty dang cool. But now let's see what they have for dioramas. And now we have finally arrived to the Dollar Tree diorama category. And yeah, you could tell, guys, there is a lot of stuff that you could buy at Dollar Tree that will build you up a cool diorama setting. And we're going to start off with the very simplest of simple things that they got, which is your basic bag of sticks and stones. Now, of course, you could just walk to a park, get sticks, get stones. But in Dollar Tree, they come pre-cut, different shades of color, and all of that. And of course, they're sanitized. So that in itself is worth the $1. As you guys can see with these stones, put them around this nice little forest, and it adds that extra little bit of panache. I mean, yeah, does not look bad. However, you might want something that contains a little more sculpt, maybe a little more lifelike than real life. And that's where we go with the fairy garden stuff. Now, fairy garden makes a bunch of these figurines, diorama set pieces, and everything. What I'm showing you right here are what seems to be just beach stuff. So I got a couple of sandcastles over here, lobster, a nice little seashell, a seagull, and the sandcastles. Come on, guys, they are 1/12 scale. You could have a figure playing in the sand. We're making a sandcastle and all of that. However, it doesn't quite fit with this nice little winter wonderland scene that I got built. But like I said, guys, they got several stuff, and I opted to use this tree trunk and these mushrooms scattered about the forest. Now see, got some nice little paint detail, some wash on them, some nice sculpt. You do have a problem though, that sometimes you come across this. So you might have a tree trunk with a face and everything like that, but that's something that's easily solvable. Put in face first, and there you go. No one is none the wiser. Now you're probably wondering, how did you get the snow effect though, Ron? Guys, this is just basic cotton. It's not really hard. You just rip it up and all of that. But you might want something with a bit more greenery. Instead of a winter kind of scene, you might want a forest kind of scene. Go to the Dollar Tree in the flower section, and you'll come across this floral moss. Buy a couple of bags, and there you go, problem solved. Scatter it around. I wanted to point out though, guys, that not everything in this nice little scene right here is a year-round thing. A bunch of these things are actually seasonal. So I'm gonna start off with the things that are available for Halloween. As you guys can see, they are pretty much 1/12 scale, different shades, different sizes. So get yourself a couple of those, and you might have a nice little pumpkin patch and all of that. There is also, again, sticking with Halloween, these skeletons. Bring 4 in a pack for $1. They are 1/12 scale. I already measured it with some figures. And yeah, you guys could just rip these things apart, have them all scattered, make your scene a little more eerie, or your enemies a bit more menacing standing over these bones. Like I said, guys, it's not super well sculpted and everything like that, but again, you're gonna need them only in the background. It does have a nice little wash though, so that's cool. Halloween also brings what I call the background trees. They come in yellow and black. I do got 2 of them in the background right there. I got 1, 2. The ones that I got in the foreground are of course a bit more green, and they come with Christmas. I got quite a few, so I gotta think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 or 7 guys, and yeah, that just adds a lot more depth, looks a lot better, and for $1 you can't really go wrong. In fact, I think Christmas is perhaps the best season to get stuff. I mean, guys, I'm not even showing most of my stuff that I gotten in Christmas. I'm just showing a couple of stuff in order to keep this video as short as possible. You do got these mini trees. Now they're not at 1/12 scale, but put them on a table and everything. People buy smaller trees, you know, decorated with some nice beads, as well as this wire, this decorative wire that bring like, I think 50 in a pack, and you will have enough decorations to make a dozen of those trees. Now, I also want to point out that this snowman does come in 2 varieties. One is the scarf with the red Scully that you see right there. Another one is the scarf, which Gwen Stacy right there is nicely wearing. And it brought this awesome hat. That's a bit sway on top, plastic on the bottom. I put a brim of fox leather up there in order to give it a little more character. And although it doesn't fit every action figure, it does fit some, like Spirit right there. So like I said, guys, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, I could go on and on about the stuff you can make with Dollar Tree diorama, but I'm pressed for time. So with that being said, let's see what they got in their vehicle section. Now, when it comes to Dollar Tree vehicles, do not have your expectations too high. It being $1.25 will mean that these vehicles come in cheap plastic. So with that being said, I do have 3 of them to go through. There is this jet ski, this canoe, and this motorcycle that Ghost Rider is riding. Now the motorcycle, I don't know the company where it's from or anything like that. I lost the package. But both the jet ski and the canoe comes in these plastic packages that, yeah, it just says Fashion Doll, guys. And that's how it looks like, in case you guys want to see where it is at. It does come with 3 pieces and all of that. Now, let's go through the jet ski first, because it's not exactly 1/12 scale. In fact, it's more for a 1/10 scale, 7-inch figures. As you guys can see, Batman is able to hold the handles and everything. I don't have another gripping hand, but I don't think he looks particularly bad in it. Yeah. Now, the canoe is the one that interests me the most, because I think for $1.25 you could army build it. Of course, both the canoe and the jet ski, you're gonna have to give a paint job unless you want to keep it that color. But it being red and black and have a bunch of cobras, you know, canoeing down the river, yeah, I think this works for $1.25 if you want to army build it. Now, the Ghost Rider motorcycle right here does have good sculpt and everything. Guys, again, all of these are projects that you gotta paint and all of that. I don't think you want to keep it as is, but it scales rather well and everything. At least these 3 figures do. Yeah, like I said, guys, don't be expecting much when it comes to Dollar Tree vehicles and everything. It is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, the Dollar Tree vehicles are great in their own right, but I didn't want to end the video on that note, because there is one category, a secret category, a category that Dollar Tree has that Five Below doesn't. And that category is the crafting category. Everything in this set has been, in the most part, made by me. The bed was made by me. The door was made by me. That frame around the door is made by me. This desk that Professor X is right here contemplating on was made, in the most part, by me. I mean, I did kind of mod it from this desk, but as you guys can see, it got a nice opening, a door, and all that for Professor X to fit in. Now, there is a couple of stuff that is ready to go once you buy it. Basically, this treasure chest, all you got to do is add some paint. If you guys want to see how it looks like bare, yeah, they got different styles and all that. This is obviously a different style from that one. They also got palettes, and these palettes, you could just scratch them up with a wire brush and use some coffee in order to dirty them up a bit in order to make it look more like a palette. Now, they also got these doors. Let me see. And they come like 8 in a pack. You use these, which is basically 1/12 scale, guys, as you guys can see with that door. You use these, add some popsicle sticks, glue them all around and stuff, and boom, you got yourself 8 doors for $1. Guys, the whole point to this video is to save money on stuff for your action figures. And if they don't got it, the crafting section of Dollar Tree is only limited by your imagination. So you can make whatever it is you want at the cheapest price possible. And that's what this video is all about. I mean, go out there and save yourself a buck. If you guys found this video helpful, hit the like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments which one out of these 1/12 scale accessories was your favorite. And let me know if you found some on your own that I didn't mention. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.